Hey guys, Desert Prepper One here. I don't know, I figure I'd do a video on, why do I prep or why did I start prepping? Here's I don't know, you're just looking at one of those shelves in my storage room at the moment. Uh, Excuse me. They, I'd say it probably started, way back when I was a little kid. I was in the Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts and all that, and you always wanted to be prepared. That's what they taught you. And, I don't know if that works anymore for kids, but, that stuck with me, pretty well, my whole life. And then, after things went along and I got out of that, I kind of just went back into being a regular old person. And then the Northridge earthquake happened, and I lived pretty close, probably a mile or two from where epicenter was of that, and our house was wrecked. Everything was broken. No water, no power, no gas for days. Um, we had we did have food because I'd go to the store and buy whatever was on sale. I think I've always done that, and the but we had a lot of frozen stuff. Of course, no power. We had to cook it all. So we had a really big barbecue that day and the next day, and I don't know, a couple days after that. What really sucked was, if you wanted to get, some milk or ice or whatever, the guys in the stores, their stores were destroyed, but whatever they could salvage, they marked up pretty high. I remember buying I just wanted to have some beer or something, and it was a 12 pack or whatever, wasn't broken, and you know, bag or two of ice. It was like $50. So when I ended up, had to move out of that house because it was wrecked. So we rented a place, and I moved up here to the desert, and the place where I am now, we're not. There are little stores around here, but they're not fully stocked with all kinds of stuff. And you pay through the nose for anything you buy because that's just your typical little store. And then to drive into town is 15 miles. I don't like to do it all the time. At the moment, my kids go to school in town, but now the price of fuel has surpassed what it costs to leave them in school later in the care of things. So my wife's gonna pick them up on the way home from work. The But anyway, where I'm going at is where we are. The roads dip in the washes, so wherever there's a wash, there's a dip. Why they couldn't build a bridge, who knows? I guess we're not worth it. There's only 10,000 of us or whatever. But anyway, the roads flood out, and so if it gets any kind of rain, we get runoff from the mountains. And as the snow melts, as the summer progresses or spring, we get runoff, and eventually they close the roads, and you can't get out of here. So we're stuck for days. And if you don't have any food, well, you're kind of hosed because you can go to the little store in town, but there's not gonna. I mean, there's enough there, I'd say, for a day if everybody went there and bought, but it would all be gone. I mean, it's not like a full size supermarket. So basically, the way I look at it, I want to have stuff, and as being cheap guy I am, I always buy shit on sale anyway. So, if something's on sale, I'll buy double or triple what I need, and then go from there. The I'm always looking for a good deal, and so now, given my economic situation, which is not necessarily parallel to the world economics or anything like that. I mean, I'm not working. My money comes in sporadically. I'll get into that in another video about other things. But the so when I have cash, I go buy as much stuff as I can, because you know what? In a month, I might not have any money, and if, say, I screwed it away on something that just a waste of money, we might not have food. So I keep the pantry stocked, and I started buying stuff a little more hardcore. When the prices started going up, I started taking pretty much every penny I had and putting it towards food that I thought was necessary. Of course, I buy beer, and some people would say that's a waste of money, and yeah, you're right, but at the moment it keeps me sane, and it's not so tight that I can't buy some beer every once in a while. the That's kind of it. I mean, I also, as far as the other things besides food, we have a small hardware store in town. To go to Home Depot is, I don't know, another 15 miles. So you better know what you need and be ready to go, and get everything at once, because you don't want to be going back and forth. Oh, I forgot a nail or a screw, or I don't know, whatever, a fitting for my plumbing. I was doing plumbing today, and I had to go and get some little PVC caps to seal off a broken pipe. But I actually buy that stuff at garage sales. I store PVC parts. I store hardware, nails, screws, brackets, pieces of metal, all kinds of things for construction, tools, whatever. I store all that here, so I don't have to go even to the hardware store here in town, which they have a fair amount of stuff, but they don't, why drive there if you already own it, right? Typically I can buy those things at the garage sale, a whole box of hardware for $1. You might have 10 boxes of nails, or maybe some of the auctions I go to, they have, you might get 20 boxes of miscellaneous hardware for $1, $2, because nobody wants that stuff. But I keep that, I use it, and I've put it all to good use. I've built a lot of things around here, and done plumbing, and done all kinds of stuff with that, and it all kind of goes together. Your food preps, your household stuff like that. Guys, a lot of guys talk about the food. A lot of guys talk about guns. A lot of guys talk about medical. And there's some things that get left out, and I'll get into some of that later. I don't have enough time on this video to keep going, but basically I prep because I have to make things keep rolling here the way they are. And I don't know, everybody's situation is different. If you knew somebody that lived in Montana, say, and they got snowed in all the time, I bet you that they have all kinds of stuff stored up, because they can't leave. And we're earthquake country here, so I've stored stuff for that in that regard as well. Probably gonna redo this vid, because now I just remembered half the things I wanted to say. But anyway, if I don't, I'll just post it and I'll just do another one. Either way, thanks for checking me out, and keep on looking in here and seeing what we're doing. And I hope you're learning something. If you got any suggestions, please let me know. Desert Prepper 1.